is losing the basic willpower needed to perpetuate civilized living. Garbage is piling up in Democrat cities from coast to coast as municipal government no longer cares enough to keep their cities clean. So instead, third parties are stepping up. Scott Presler is a conservative activist who's organized major cleanups in several cities. Most recently, his group of volunteers removed trash in Chicago and in Austin, Texas. And Scott Presler joins us now. Scott, you started this after someone quite incredibly in the 21st century developed a flesh-eating disease. He caught a flesh-eating disease just from walking through the streets of Los Angeles.
That's right. Yeah, when we went into Los Angeles, I was adamant that every single volunteer wear a hazmat suit. So when we picked up 50 tons of trash, we had booties, gloves, hazmat suits on to pick up trash in LA.
That's amazing that it's actually not safe to walk around without a hazmat suit. These are the guys, by the way, who keep telling us that they're saving the planet, but can't actually, to save the environment, can't actually keep their own streets clean.
Well, I think the difference is, I am a conservative activist. I'm a bleeding heart conservative that instead of pointing my finger at people and saying, how dare you, I dare to go out with volunteers and pick up trash.
Now, let me just ask you about the politics of that, because there's a lot of thought. All these cities have been Democrat-run for decades, and they're filthy. If you knew California cities half a century ago, you would think that they'd been nuked or they'd been bombed or something terrible catastrophe had befallen them. And the politics of it would seem to suggest that you just say, okay, let's leave it to these Democrats to run their cities into the ground, and then people will get the message. Why do you prefer to actually act and clean up these dumps?
Well, my statement by going into Democrat-run cities is overtly political. I don't have to go in as a Republican or a Trump supporter. Simply the fact that I, as a Virginian, had to go into Baltimore, Los Angeles, Chicago, Austin, I'm making a political statement, but I'm not pointing the finger. My motto is stop talking, start doing. Mm-hmm. So I'm leading with love, and I'm leading by example, being an environmental steward and showing that Republicans do care about the environment. All we want is to make America a cleaner, greener place.
What was Chicago like? Because to most non-Chicagoans, that's a place of great danger. You had hundreds of volunteers out with you on the streets of Chicago.
That's right. In the most dangerous city, and I say that with quotations, we had 250 volunteers, all from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, that were on 63rd Street. And I want to give a shout out to Pastor Corey Brooks, who opened Project Hood in his doors to us in Chicago.
And in Austin, you also got some praise from the governor. You found hundreds and hundreds of needles that presumably could just be lying around. All terrible things could happen there. The governor actually thanked you for what you did.
He did. Yeah, Governor Greg Abbott has done a great job actually going into the city of Austin and helping to clean up. And the spot that we cleaned up under an overpass and under I-83, a homeless camp, the governor actually sent a cleanup crew to go in there. So Governor Abbott is doing a wonderful job, even though the mayor of Austin isn't doing his work.
What's the reason that the city of Austin, the city of Chicago, the city of San Francisco, what's the reason that they actually can't? I mean, that's as keep garbage collection, that's as basic a municipal function, a function of government as anything. What's the reason they can't do it?
It's all politics, Mark. When we applied for dumpsters for the city of Baltimore the first time, we were denied permits. Denied. And that doesn't tell me anything else except for it's politically motivated to stop a conservative from coming in to pick up trash. And so we did it anyway. Stop talking, start doing.
Hey, good for you. You don't need permits. It's a basic civilizational function to be able to keep your streets clean. Thanks a lot for that, Scott. Good news. Talk us back for the next segment as